Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the December 13th issue of the Tucson Mortgage Weekly. I'm Todd Abelson here from Sun Street Mortgage in sunny Tucson. It's supposed to be a record-breaking day today of 83 degrees. In the meantime, I am suffering from what I like to call the Tucson crud, which is the upper respiratory ailments that everybody I know seems to be going through right now. So hopefully I'll be able to get through this 2-minute news webcast and without hacking and coughing. So anyway, here's what's going on. First of all, last week, I think the best way to describe it was a huge surprise when the Obama administration kind of sort of gave in to the tax cut package that was being, in effect, shoved down their throats by the Republicans, like it or not. As I heard at a U of A economic luncheon forecast last week, probably the best description of it is it's the new bipartisan politics, which is called I'll give you what you want if you give me what I want, and there's no compromise at all. Everybody gets everything. So there is literally something for everybody to hate, and everybody on the left hates it, and everybody on the right hates it for the exact opposite reasons. Hopefully this is not the new politics. We need some real helmsmanship up there. In fact, the problem right now, as it was described, is there is no fiscal or monetary policy in the U.S. We are literally looking, our leaders are looking 1 inch in front of their noses to figure out what to do next, and that's clearly bad. What did that do? Rates, already had been pressuring upwards, but they shot up. They were looking to recover. We were looking for reasons for rates to come back down. Maybe 1/8 or 1/4% would have put us back into the mid fours again. The upper fours. But as of now, I'd be thinking 5+%, especially if what's going on this week is if the Senate actually follows through and approves that new tax bill. So realistically, the only way we're going to see rates come down is if QE2 fails, if the tax package doesn't go through, or continuing with more European problems, if we see that actually just kind of come undone. And I'm going to add a fourth to that. If there's a terrorist attack, it's the only way we're going to see rates come down. So the direction is up, and I don't see really any reason for them to come back at this point, barring what I just mentioned to you. All right, what's going on this week? On top of everything else, there's huge reports coming out on Tuesday. Retail sales, Wednesday, PPI, CPIs coming out. But probably the most important thing this week is on Tuesday afternoon, the minutes of the Federal Open Market Committee are coming out, and it's going to be their last time this year to make some kind of a statement. So we're going to really listen to what it is they have to say. Certainly not going to raise rates, but by the same token, who knows what these guys are going to say at this point in time. One of the news flashes that came up is when I was at that U of A Economic Outlook luncheon, which I find incredibly informative. Probably the most important thing is that the rate that the federal government is creating new debt, and realistically they create debt by printing money and then buying the paper, which is exactly what QE2 is doing, that we are going to hit the federal debt ceiling of $14.3 trillion sometime in February. If you roll the clock back to 1994, last time that happened, you may recall the federal government shut down. That was really kind of interesting, and at this point in time, that's what we need to be keeping our eyes open for, because if the economy goes such that we bump up against that, we're going to actually see the government shut down again. And the only way we're going to get around this is to raise the debt ceiling again. Republicans are probably going to hold everybody hostage, like it or not. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, what's going to happen is Republicans are going to hold hostage for everything they want, and so it's going to be interesting. So put that on your 2011 radar, because right after you put the Christmas tree away and pack the lights back up and get the tree over to the recycling center and put away all the wrapping paper, we're going to be dealing with this federal government deficit ceiling. Anyway, so much for good news. I hope you and your family are having a good holiday season. You should enjoy it, because ultimately that's what it's all about. If you have any questions, give us a call. Todd Abelson, Sun Street Mortgage, and make it a great week. Bye-bye.